All right, Tim, let's talk about down payment and closing cost assistance programs in the state of Maryland. I used to be a mortgage lender. Now I'm in the real estate for the past 10 years. And you and I do a lot of these deals together. And most people have no idea how many programs there are out there and the fact that you can use multiple programs. So I want you to come on today and talk to us a little bit about it.
And Brian, I think you nailed it right there. A lot of lenders either A, don't have the authority to offer them,
Right.
or possibly don't want to do them because they don't make as much money on the products. To
Amen.
me, that's the wrong way of going about business.
Yeah.
The philosophy is get it out there, get as much money out there as possible for people to be able to buy it. That's the home run.
Yes, especially when, sellers aren't always offering seller help anymore. And
Correct.
people don't really know that they have to come up with closing costs. Like, not only do you need a down payment, but you have closing costs, which in many cases is 3 to 4% of the sales price. You're buying a $300,000 house, it's $9,000, $10,000, $11,000, $12,000,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly right. Exactly. So let's nail down and just kind of talk about some of the different options out there. Brian,
Yeah.
there are programs that offer, $6,000 up to, and then all the way up to 6% of the loan amount in down payment and closing cost assistance.
Okay, it's $300,000 house. You're talking about $18,000.
18,000. And then sometimes you can even take that amount and cap it with like another county program. Like sometimes you might have the Charles County program.
Right.
They're offering additional funds. You got the Maryland Mortgage Program. You got the MMP program, MAP. I mean, there are multiple programs, and the key is how many can you layer? How much can we get for the client? And ultimately, our goal is ready, maximize their buying power, least amount of cash, lowest payment possible. So yeah, you're on it, man.
Great. So Tim, just give like a couple examples. I mean, we've done so many of these together.
Sure.
Like, I know that there are programs for people that have certain kind of jobs. So like if you have a certain kind of job, you can stack that program on top of another program. So let's say like teachers, for an example.
Yep. So not only can you use one of the down payment assistance programs, you can clip on what's called the CHIP program. And in the CHIP program, they're paying some of your actual expenses.
Right.
Appraisal, a home warranty, I mean, there are multiple items that you can add. And the cool thing about the CHIP program is it's available really to almost everybody.
Yeah.
People don't realize it's just not teachers or law enforcement or firefighters. It's you're gonna laugh. It could be a janitor program. It could be a grocery store, grocery worker program.
Yeah.
There are multiple different programs available, but most lenders either A, don't know about them, or B, just don't want to deal with the paperwork.
All right, let's do some myths really quick. Do you have to be a first-time home buyer?
No, and you nailed it right there. You do not.
Do you have to have a minimum credit score?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So minimum credit score for some of the down payment assistance programs is like a 640.
Okay.
But you and I both know there are ways to crank that up, but some of the other programs do not require a credit score.
Okay, so some of them don't go. So you have loans you can do down to 580, right?
That's correct. Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
So do you have to have I don't know. So some of them are based on income, like maximum income. So you can't make like $10 million a year and benefit from this.
No, but if
there are like maximum income restrictions.
If they're making $10 million, you and I both know they're probably not going to need the program.
Exactly.
But Brian, there are programs for people that are disabled. There's a disability program. There's programs to pay off student loan debt. I mean, there are multiple avenues. It's just, you got to ask, right?
Yeah. So that's my last question. Does it cost any money to see which programs you qualify for? And do you have to check people's credit to see which programs they qualify for?
No, basically what we're really going to want to know is, have they owned the last 3 years? Number one. Number two, I need to have an idea of what their income is. And then number three, what county are they looking to buy in? I mean, ultimately you got to realize, and there's an assumption here that you have to have reasonable credit. And we'll tell you, listen, this program requires a 640 credit score. If you're not there, let's get you there, right?
Right.
Other programs don't have that requirement. So no, there are multiple avenues. It doesn't cost anything. We don't have to pull your credit. We just need some basic details so we can be able to communicate with you the best strategies possible.
Fantastic. And just to kind of piggyback on the end of this, because I'm going to end this video in a second, but if somebody did need to get from a 540 to a 640 credit score, you also offer, not you personally, but you have relationships with credit repair companies. And what do you find to be the benefit of a credit repair company?
credit repair companies are great when you have to fight some major items, major collections, et cetera. But to be honest with you, there are ways to go in and streamline the process really fast that can cost you nothing.
Yep. But the credit repair companies in many cases will help you get there faster.
Right.
Right.
And
Yeah,
that's the
kind
key.
of the goal, is getting there faster.
Fast is the key. You pay a little money up front, but hey, speed's the deal, right?
Right. All right, Tim, anything else you want to add? I think we covered almost everything.
Dude, you hit it all, man. It's fired up. And you know what? It's time for Christmas, Brian.
Yes,
Let's
man.
make
Merry
it happen,
Christmas,
man.
Tim. So the Santa Claus is giving out down payment assistance and closing cost programs this year.
You
Give
got
us
it.
a call and we'll talk more about it. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Brian.